Hey everybody,
I'm Caleb.
I'm Sam.
and I'm Will, and we are Working Title! I was not looking at
I was trying to bring it to you, and you
I was trying to
always
present you
give
guys.
us that
I'm the corner man.
Working title, intern.
Intern.
Guys, we're back with VINLAND SAGA. This is Season 2, Episode 14, Freedom.
I don't know why he's so funny, man. 14.
Oh! Last on.
Woo!
Gardar showed back up, and he's coming for his woman and bringing wrath upon Kettle's farm. So make sure you leave a like if you're happy about that. If you're scared about it, write a comment. If you want to see our reactions, subscribe. Not just for this one, but for the follow-ups.
For everything.
Ever.
Check out the Patreon if you want to. I don't know why you would. There's no Vinland content over there, but if you want to, check it out. And we love you. Hope you're having a great day. We're gonna punch it.
Bam! My wife.
Let's get into it.
Our night.
すると、ここがケティルの農場。
His voice is awesome. We didn't
な
mention
ん
that
という
either.
ことだ。
It's great.
歩いて数日の近きに少しやつれたか。だが、前にも増して美しい。
I can't tell if she's scared or just shocked.
Maybe a bit of both. Shocked that he's here and scared of what he's gonna bring.
Yeah.
ヒャルティは元気か。
Oh.
もう大きくなったのであろうな。
A
About
kid?
that.
Yeah.
Great.
さあ、帰ろう、3人で。私たちの家へ。
Is he gonna snap when he finds out his son is dead?
その手を取るな、アンレイズ。
Oh no.
And was he good husband or bad husband? Oh, the two goobers.
Oh!
Who did who?
horse.
Who did who? The horse?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, him. No, the horse.
Oh!
Oh, his head.
アンレイズを確保して下がれ。トカゲがやられたってのが本当か。はい。頭。そうか。
Then that's personal. Get on in
こ
there,
いつはア
Snake.
ルネイズをさらいに来たんだ。死んでも
Is he? Is this a kidnapping?
I don't know.
Or is this a saving from slavery? What's going on? No, not Kettle.
だったらなんだ。殺せ。
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, keep him back, keep him back.
事情もわからないのに何する気だ。ヘビさんに切りかかるつもりなのか。
事情なら分かってる。アンレイズさんの弟子が彼女を助けに来たんだ。
Okay,
アル
and...
ネイズさんに自由になってほしくないの。
Oh no, I know. Oh gosh, I don't know how to feel.
お前に人が殺せるのか。
Hey, you never
Let
know.
死ん
alone
だろうと誰
3.
だろうと。この斧で人を殺せるのか。
Could you mentally handle it, not physically?
Let Torfin like mediate. Get in the
賢明
middle.
だな、ソルフィー。
Oh, he's
お
listening.
前らそこでおとなしく見てろ。こいつ
Oh.
Wow, look at that stance with that
一
sword.
応尋問して身元を改めねえとな。
Damn. He's feral right now.
気をつけろ、兄貴。そいつ強えぞ。誰に向かって言ってんだ。
Raw adrenaline versus exact precision and concentration.
やかましい。軽く準備体操してたって
I don't know if Snake can do this on his
つう
own.
かお前らあいつに人たち入れたのか。え、あ、いや、恥ずかしな
Of course not. Of course he
あ
was.
いつ手負いだぞ。 怪我人相手に3人がかりで負けて
Because
んじゃ
we're
ねえよ
weak. Because he's a mad. Oh, Did you just slap his stomach with the sword?
I don't know.
Oh, the wound. Back of the sword. Yeah.
He did say wanted to confirm the
こい
identity.
つしまっと
He
け
got stabbed too.
すげえあっちゅう間に決めちゃった
こんなのあんまりだ奴は俺の手下を殺した他でも殺しをした疑いがあるしかも旦那に殺意を持ち旦那の気に入りのアルネイズをさらう気でいる見逃せるわけねえだろそんなやつを
Damn.
Gosh. Just brings back all the memories, I'm sure.
Poor lady.
奴のことは忘れろアルネイズあれはお前の夫じゃねえただのイカれた逃亡奴隷だ
I got resolved way faster than I thought it would, to be honest
Right.
with you. I mean, it's not resolved yet, but
Do you think the son, he is aware of the son's death, but he's just like, something's
crazy.
clocked out?
I don't know. Maybe. By the way she reacted.
Her response is super odd. Or like off-putting. I love Anna. Oh man.
エイナル待て
エイナルさん座っていてください
Can she explain now? Story time.
もうすぐお夕飯ですから
夜なら暗いうちなら
No.
トイレに忍び込んで
No, you're
ガルザー
not.
さんを助けられるかもしれない何もしなかったら旦那さんは確実に処刑されるんですよ
Why don't you let her tell you what you
あ
need
り
to
が
do?
とうでもいいんです
Einar the empath.
どうにもならないことってあるわ
Yeah, she's made peace with it
ちょっと
already.
してエイナルさんまで嵐に巻き込まれないで
You don't even know what the type of gear to
ガルザ
wear.
ーさんのこと
Seriously, he's hopping in thinking he knows the storm.
好きよ
だったら行きましょう頼むドルフィン力を貸してくれ俺が見張りを引きつけるからお前は
私はお鍋のせいで息子を失いました
He has POTS?
It's a disease.
Oh, alright. Oh.
息子が1歳の頃遠い森の奥に鉄の取れる沼地が見つかってガルザルは集落の皆にそのことを伝え男たちは話し合いました男たちの下した決断は
Let me know where that went.
参加でしたどうして意にもしない者のために命を懸けるの
アルネイズいるのだ
For what?
西のイングベは野心の強い男だ奴の一族が鉄を手にすれば一帯の均衡は崩れるだろう
Let's fight for survival at that point.
若い男は皆戦へ赴き残された女と子供は家を守り数週間が経ちました
Oh no.
そして
Raiders.
Man.
家は焼かれ老いた者は殺され女は船に乗せられ連れ去られました私はハルティを
A little too relatable for him.
Yeah.
今日 彼を恐ろしいと感じました。
Oh gosh, yeah.
きっとたくさんの苦しみが彼を変えてしまったのでしょう。
Right.
今は彼こそが
Yeah,
嵐
he
そのも
is
の
the
です
storm. Jesus.
今度こそ私は男たちの嵐から子供を守らなければなりません。
Kettle's baby.
つい先日わかりました。
Yikes.
今私のお腹にはケトル
It's
様
getting harder and harder to get her out of there.
旦那様はきっとこの子を歓迎してくれるでしょう。
I don't know if he
I
will.
hope,
欲しがって
dear.
ましたから。 この農場ならきっと平和に健やかにこの子を育てることができます。
A bigger storm named Canute is literally about to roll through here too.
エイナルさん、このまま
Oh.
嵐が過ぎ去るまでこのまま
Yeah. I mean, that keeps her here. She's not gonna want to go anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, she's gonna raise her kid.
Yeah. Gosh. What was that? What was that all about?
Ember. PTSD.
Why do I feel like she's gonna go do something that's gonna get her in deep trouble? Is she gonna go try to visit him? I didn't like that transition, whatever just happened.
嵐が過ぎるの
Yeah, damn it! There was a switch. There was a switch in it.
聞いていらしたんですか、大旦那様。
He's still a little coherent.
お前らはわしがすっかり盲録したと思って
Only a
い
little.
るじゃん
Only when it comes to my
また
farm.
正気じゃ侮るなよ。その頃ケティル、息子は東京の美しい娘と愛し合っておった。わしらは苦しい決断を迫られた。
Trade the girl for
ケティルは娘を守るために戦いも辞さない覚悟だった。
Oh! Wow.
エッペの富を妬み、憎し
Oh,
みを
wow.
抱いた
Jeez.
男の仕業だった。
Once again, talk about what comes around.
知らせを聞いて駆けつけた時にはもう何もかも焼き尽くされた
So where did the
後
girl
だった。
go? Oh.
Going with it. Damn. What kind of episode is this?
嵐がやり過ごすことはできても
Right.
傷跡は残していくということだ。
So he's telling her to go do it then.
すまんな、力になれなくて。
Let the wind guide you.
すぐ戻ります。
I don't think so.
Something really not chill is about to happen.
Not very cash money.
Not chill, not casual.
And you'll have to wait a week to see what we all want to see. Again, man. That's annoying.
Wait. No.
No. That was freedom. Not a whole lot of it in this episode. I was gonna say, what if we just like use that for once in these reactions, just to scoop back. This one's not connected. Is yours connected? One moment, guys.
Man, hold up. Yeah,
do
you
this
chilling
thing
over
real
real quick.
Yeah.
This man,
Y'all really be Sparkle for real.
Yes. I'm not seen.
You were listening?
I'm staying like this the whole
No,
time.
put it down, bro.
Gotta bring the thing close.
We gotta bring the mic close to me.
Did Mike hear that? Yeah. Then I guess we talk a little bit louder.
Yeah, not a whole lot of freedom in this episode. It looks like more of a return to the chains on our hands, but got Gardar bringing up old scars. This Storm himself has showed up, and he tussled with Snake,
Yep.
who held his own. Actually, I was pretty confident in Snake. I know you were like not so. I felt it. I felt he had it. I like Snake.
I do too.
And I think I'm also putting my chips on him too, because I think that was him in the intro.
I'm pretty sure.
Fighting that fight with his dudes, like
He
strolling.
was the
strolling.
leader on the line, just cutting people down left and
Right.
right.
That's pretty hype if that's true. It's hard to tell he had a helmet on, but
I mean, I know Torfin's out of practice, but considering he was like the only one to like give Torfin a scare too, he's probably like maybe not Askeladd level, but he's probably somewhere in that real warrior range.
enough to reflect an Askeladd of sorts.
image, yeah.
And that fight was pretty crazy. Just to see the rage in Gardar's face, the like psychopathic behavior he's exhibiting, and
The true intent, the bloodlust.
he was just throwing those straight jabs. There was not a whole lot of rhythm to it, other than the, I need to kill and exact revenge.
Yeah, I mean, he was pretty unhinged in his attack, but I mean, knowing the backstory, granted, we didn't get his side of things, but either he lost in battle and he became a slave, or they won, or I would assume they lost in battle still, and they came home to their village and their wives and their children gone, and that, led him down this path to being captured and being treated like crap to the point where it broke him.
Right.
So, yeah.
And he was not about that, I can't imagine many people are like Kettle, to be fair. But he was not down with the system, so he's destroying said system as a solo unit.
Yeah, he can only imagine what, atrocities have happened to Arnheid the way it's happened to him.
Hell, maybe even just off the little we got from his killing of his previous master, maybe the thing that triggered him was seeing somebody like Arnheid and the child.
Yeah.
And perhaps those two individuals were facing what he imagines his wife and child were going through. Because now we have confirmed he doesn't know that his child is alive or not. I wasn't sure if he had seen it and he was just a little off.
But he wasn't aware.
He does not know. And I guess we'll see that revelation in the
Next,
follow-up episode, which I can't imagine will go well based off how we're currently doing. But, I imagine that trickled him down this path, and he's just on the pursuit. I mean, he's clearly aware of Kettle. He said, "Oh, so I'm at Kettle's farm," and he asked, "Are you him?" So he knows the renown of him, but not the face.
Yeah. But he knew his wife was there.
Be there.
Which I want to know how he figured that out.
Right.
Because it's not really easy to come about information to be like, hey,
when you're a slave.
When you're a slave, you can't just go up to your master like, hey, do you have any buddies around that know an Arnheid? Because they'd probably be like, shut up.
Exactly.
Go back to work. No, fuck. Get out of here.
It's been hard enough to get a Torfin.
Yeah.
Somebody did say that there are multiple Torfins. It's not an uncommon name, I think, when we brought it up with Bug Eyes.
Yeah.
He looks like this guy, but more normal.
Yeah. I mean, in fairness, too, like, for Gardar, he could have just overheard,
Maybe.
The owner of the place could have been like, yeah, Kettle, he's knocking down that pretty blonde lady. That's a slave of his. He's got it the right way. You know what I mean? He could have said something super disrespectful like that.
Sure.
And, brought up the name, and that was enough for, the husband to put two and two together.
And it was personal. He killed Lizard, and so Snake laid down the law. And we had this conflict between Einar in his heart, kind of just doing what Einar does, jumping in, not fully prepared for what his decisions will enact.
Yeah. You
got someone wise like Torfin stepping in, telling him, "Hey, let's reconsider."
Yeah.
We don't really know the full story, as you said. We don't. I loved what you said in the episode. Is this a capture? Is this actually a rescue? Because
is this guy even bad?
Is it an abusive husband? We don't know nothing.
Is this guy a shit husband? Did things break off bad?
Yeah. And you said that, and I was like, damn, I didn't even think that. And here's Einar, same thing, but he's dumber than me. He's going in like, I know everything I need to know. I'm going in. I'm doing this. It's our time.
Yeah. And Torfin bringing up the most important question, and then some of the like logistic reality questions, like, are you like able to kill someone? Like, do you want to go down that path? It's like, do you want to go down that path because you see how much it's messed me up and how far I went down that path, and you haven't even started? And B, like, I'm not saying you're not capable of killing someone, but there's also 3 people. Like, you're not going to make it out of here alive with having no prior training, too.
Yeah.
So, against, like, beating up the retainers is one thing, but beating up Snake is clear. And, I mean, I think that's probably Torfin's biggest concern, too, outside of, like, the well-being mentally and physically of Einar. It's also, like, dog, like, that guy is Askeladd. Like, Askeladd level in Torfin's mind. So he's like, it's not worth fighting this dude, you know?
I also like the episode continued on that path with, like, the 3 of them sitting by that little kettle pot, and, no pun intended.
Ha.
And he was just, like, fuming, and she's like, calm down. Like, let me fill you in before you, like, make decisions unaware of what's going on. We got a little flashback, filled in on a story that there was like a spring or discovery of iron in their settlement, and it caused kind of an uproar. And so the men of the village.
Multiple villages and people were disputing over who would own it.
Right.
And Gardar's friend wanted to get involved with getting it. So Gardar gathered the village men, and they all decided that they would fight for it.
Right.
So they could, get their town wealthy, and also not let a neighboring rival town become more powerful, which would end up being like the downfall of their village anyways.
Yeah, and the biggest takeaway, I think, being that she felt that it was unnecessary in order to just protect.
Yeah.
They went to go do this to better their family, when all he actually had to do was just be there for him.
Yeah. Which, I mean, in fairness, true.
Yeah.
Because they might have been able, if all the men stayed behind, they might have been able to fend off the Vikings, or the Vikings, rather, wouldn't have had the
Gall.
Wouldn't have had the gall to go and take this village because all the men were still there, when in reality all that was left behind was elderly children and women.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that is what happened, and the son got the most of it.
And Arnhide's son is MIA. He's not, as far as we know, he's not dead, he's just gone.
That's true.
You
That
know?
is true. And you did mention, like, the alluding to, like, a Torfin. Like, Torfin felt the pain from that story. It's just kind of, he's on the receiving end, she's on the losing end.
Yeah. And he's kind of played both parts. Like, in theory, I imagine he was probably more so hurting from the fact that he did that kind of stuff and ruined people like this woman's life. Yeah. But then also, there could be a depth of like, oh, the kid got taken. Like, that's kind of similar to what happened with me, except I did it like voluntarily, really.
Yeah, and now the story didn't jump too down the rabbit hole of like, of the mother's desire to chase after this MIA baby. Like, we don't know if she actually wants to pursue that. But that could be a story route that the show takes, especially with conversational pieces between Torfin. Torfin did mention he does want to go back to Iceland, so it's not like it's already unprompted, but that could be another prompt to be like, yeah, I never thought about how my mom and my sister are dealing with the loss of me. So that could be a push for excelling that process.
Yeah.
Might not happen. It's hard to imagine the story will go that route with the child, because we're still dealing with our own child that hasn't gotten home.
Yeah.
So I don't really think the show will take that path, but it's possible. But the bigger problem is we have another child on the way. We have
a kettle child.
We have a kettle kid.
Kettle Junior.
We got a kettle kid, which is not good. That keeps us here for at least 9 months, realistically, at most.
Keeps Arnhide here.
Arnhide
which also
here.
keeps Einar.
By extension, yeah, Einar, if he
I-
sticks with his goal. And possibly by extension, Torfin, if he doesn't want to leave his friend behind.
And what's worse is, should it not go well, where do they go? Canute's not the pillaging and raping type at the moment. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know what happens to them. Do they get emancipated? Do they get freed when Knut strolls in? Is this a good thing?
Well, in theory, I would imagine not, because they're just trying to commandeer the farm. So, I mean, they might just keep the slaves to keep working. I mean, Knut's also the one that sold Thorfinn into slavery originally. Can't imagine he's going to be so kind to free him if that's the case.
Like, they actually said Knut sold him into it?
Well, I mean...
I don't know. I always
might have been like Knut's men, because he kind of said, let him leave here. But
I never knew. I didn't know if he just got caught by someone.
He had them... Knut had him imprisoned at that point.
Yeah.
Like, take him away. I don't think he was just like, we'll do whatever you want with him, you know?
Okay. That makes sense.
Considering how calculated Knut has become, I cannot imagine that he was like, yep, the guy that's probably going to want to kill me because I took his kill, and that was his whole reason for living. We should let him just free roam. Like, he's got to go away.
I would kill him. I'd kill his ass if I was Knut.
Maybe Knut had a soft spot and was like, you know what, we're just going to slavery you.
You're getting slavery.
We're just gonna slavery you. Verb usage is slave.
Yeah.
I think enslave. We're just gonna slavery.
I just like that, like the term, like, oh, they just did a racism. You know what I mean? It's just, they did a slavery.
Oops, they did a racism.
Racist.
Racism.
That's racist.
What's next?
And, Spherical heard the whole thing about Arnheid pleaded with Einar to wait out the storm, and stay here and be safe, and that she's done it before, but ultimately, because of the child, her first child, seemingly snapping her out of that, she decided to push forward, and that's where we got Spherical's backstory of, Kettle being in love with a woman, and Spherical basically selling the woman to a rival that was going to overtake them because he was in love with the same woman. And then ultimately that leading to that guy's downfall and Spherical's downfall, and then, not Spherical, the woman, and then the enemy, and then also maybe Kettle, because probably Kettle was just kind of like... Kettle seems like he's kind of been not as... Like, he's talked about his son there like he was brave and ready to fight, but now he's like a chicken. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So he probably feels some responsibility for that. Also, I meant to bring this up the other episode. There's no way that his dad actually believes the story about him being like the Iron Fist Kettle.
Oh, Spherical?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely not.
Like, there's no way that he believes that story, which is just funny. I'm surprised that he lets it go, but considering he, ruined his chances of being an Iron Fist Spherical, or Iron Fist Kettle, he was probably just like, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They didn't bring that up, that's true. I wonder.
Yeah, I doubt they ever will, but I don't know.
Whatever he ended up saying, though, it did launch her to go into the winds.
He said, you can wait out the storm, but it'll still leave a scar.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not going to hurt you.
Mm.
This is going to be a bright conversation. This is going to be not dire at all. This is not going to lead to probably a death or two.
Or despair.
Nothing bad will happen.
No, this show's been optimistic, kinda.
We're on the up and up right now.
The intro's not too.
Maybe the intro is very optimistic, and we've just been deceived.
It's like
there's a lot of
blank
effigies and skeletons and heads on pikes. To be fair, we're cool.
It's not confirmed he's dead in her arms. There are pads. It looks like she's healing him.
And he does hell. He
might be dead as hell. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's good. That's actually good. That's actually probably exactly
the
what it is.
Batman holding Joker.
Sure, dude, yeah.
Kane holding Abel.
I laughed at that. He brought that up, the Kane and Abel in Last of Us. And I was like, I looked it up. I was like trying to find a real painting, and there was no such thing. And it just said Batman painting. So, I was like, this ain't even real.
Is that painting only for Batman?
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
It's a Batman painting.
Because it's in the beginning of one of the Arkham games. I thought it was a real painting.
I tried to find it. I was like, this shit ain't real.
This shit ain't real.
Did you see the Batman version?
Yeah, yes. I did. I saw it in the Arkham game.
You're like, damn.
I've been deceived, bro.
That's not real.
Y'all, let us know your thoughts.
Your favorite Joker painting.
Was this an awesome episode? Did you want to whip a nay-nay? Do you feel a little cringy when you watch us? Let us know and throw an F in the chat if you made it this far, because we'll know you're a real one if you made it to this point. Caleb, you want to say anything? You want to say goodbye?
Throw an effigy in the chat.
We see you guys. On God. Peace out. Punch it. Dude, I wonder if there's cringe meisters like us that just love this shit.
Keep this
Because we love you too.
Let that sink in. Well.
That's deep. Whoa.
That's deep.